Collaboration between these two areas is needed in order to best serve the student. There shouldn't be a disconnect from the time where the student confirms their intent to matriculate at an institution and when they actually step foot on campus. We can't operate in silos. We need to make sure that we work together to ensure a smooth transition. And that's important to transfer students too, because they're a unique population. Some institutions may have a practice of kind of just lumping them in with more traditional students, but they have unique needs. They've been to college before. Maybe they're coming from a 4-year institution or another 2-year institution. They're part-time, they're full-time, they're living on campus, they're commuting, they're slightly older, perhaps a couple of years older. They may be doing a blended program, going online. They may kind of be like an adult coming back to school. They may be coming from military. So they have all these different unique needs and perspectives, and we need to account for that.
There are a number of reasons for collaboration. Specifically in regards to transfer students, it is a population that both of our offices serve, and so being able to coordinate our efforts ultimately provides the best services available for our students. Also, even in the areas where our offices serve different populations, we come at it from a very similar philosophical framework. So the ability to partner is a helpful way to rethink the ways we are doing things and the more novel approaches we could take.
I think sometimes, at least from the limited time I've been in this position, I've only been in this position for a year, you can kind of start to see like a little bit of a disconnect between the academic side, the academics engagement and the social engagement. You know, a lot of times the academic side may see that they're the most important, and the social side sees that they're the most important. And really being try to bridge that gap, I think is so important, again, to having the students have a holistic experience at the university. So, back to your question, sorry. The reasons, again, it's just to maintain the students here at the university, to give them a really good experience so that they don't see a disconnect between their academics and the community and the lifestyle they're building. I see that orientation is a great opportunity. We're really trying to work a program out that's really going to get these students engaged quickly, and get them acclimated quickly. To this university, it's very important that that happens quickly. And also with the mentorship program that we've been collaborating on is, I think is really, really important. I think student life has already taken huge leaps in doing things, having transfer assistance and commuter assistance, I think is phenomenal. So, being able to help each other and support each other in all of those endeavors, I think will make for much more stronger programs and get the academics to buy in and really bridge that gap that we were talking about.
We were able to really look at our communication plans and decided, okay, where can we kind of work in concert together? And we made some changes and additions, and and I think that really benefited the student. For example, we decided that student life would reach out to our confirmed students a little bit earlier in the cycle compared to last year, and I was able to use all of the great programming and transition programming that they do, and I was able to integrate that in my communication planner, even when talking with students, to say, hey, once you're here, these are all the great things that we offer you, and we offer particularly to transfer students.
Because of collaboration, transfer students get the best of all worlds. It can be such a no man's land for our transfer students to fit into the fast-paced world of a Drexel student, but this partnership allows for even more resources at their fingertips.
The orientation seems to have been the first real partnership for new students. The new student orientation seemed to be the real first partnership to make sure that all the academics were on board, that they were presenting the appropriate information. So I see that as maybe the initial steps. I know that there was a retreat recently, and I wasn't at the retreat, but from all the planning side, what I think is really, really important is that with student life, the information student life individuals have to offer to advisors is the developmental side of advising. It's not just about looking at their transcripts and getting them registered for classes. It's about, really helping them through the transitions of being in a university, making sure that they're being, balanced students, that they're getting involved. And student life professionals, they have that knowledge, they have that background, and being able to share it with the academic advisors to really provide more developmental advising for students is, I think, what is sustaining that relationship now.
I think just for us to realize that, listen, we're in totally different divisions, but that we're working towards the same common goal, right? You need me and I need you to basically to get the job done. And I think, we knew that, but just to sit down and really kind of hash things out, knowing that this is the common goal, what can we do to work together to get it done, is what we needed. And I think, when we actually sat down to do the work, we were both very open, about this is what we're doing, open to suggestions, what do you think? You were able to add some stuff, I was able to change some things and integrate. I think just having that open communication helped make it successful, and I think that's what needs to continue to happen to make it successful.
From my perspective, I kind of see retention or engagement in two different ways. I see it engagement in the classroom, how students are interacting with their faculty, with their advisors, as well as engagement in social activities in the university, whether it be involved in different organizations, building friendships, building community, how they're living in residential life, all of that. So I see it kind of two different ways, and I think the programs that support those two aspects have a huge impact on a student's engagement and retention at the university. So if they're able to establish good friendships, they maybe feel more comfortable in the classroom, and they will succeed in the classroom, they'll do well at the university, and they'll be more inclined to stay. So all of those programs, whether it be academic or community social building skills, are all a key, really critical factor of keeping students at the university.
I think engagement programs play a large role in the retention of transfer students. Transfer students transfer because they had not yet found their fit at the previous institution and are clearly searching for that something that can ease their minds that they are in the right place at the right time. Programs and outreach that help them feel connected to a greater whole can certainly play a role in helping them feel that peace of mind.
Well, for me, I think it's pretty simple. I mean, we find that students who participate in at least one extracurricular outside of the classroom activity, they retain better and they tend to graduate from that institution. So, to be successful, students need to be engaged in the university inside and outside of the classroom, and I think that's a common thought or a common theory, and that's something, that we support. Students need to feel that they're a part of the university.
One piece of advice I would give to student affairs professionals would be an individual approach. We know a lot about retention and transition patterns through research, but it is not enough just to transplant ideas and programs from one situation to the next. Each group of students comes in with specific needs, and the ability to identify those and create initiatives around the profile of a particular group of students is where the magic starts.
Orientation is a start, the mentorship program is a start. But I would definitely like to see maybe more collaborative committees, more collaborative brainstorming to really start to come together.
To collaborate, you can't operate in a vacuum. You should be reaching out to enrollment management, to advising offices, to academic units, housing, residential life, if they don't fall under that area, to get ideas. People can bring valuable information to the table, and then, in turn, those offices will help you get your message out to the students. And then the other thing that I would suggest, and kind of mentioned it earlier, is just to make sure that you examine all of the different populations at your institution. Freshman, transfer, part-time, online, grad, professional, whatever that mix is, and make sure that you just make slight adjustments or large adjustments as necessary to address specific needs. You can't have a one-size-fits-all approach.